So I want to talk about nutrients and doing OMAD. Do you need to supplement? Are you going to be okay? Let's just cover some points on this. The first thing you need to know is you're usually going on one meal a day at about 23 hours, right, of fasting. That's really, really beneficial for many reasons. But when you do intermittent fasting, it helps you recycle nutrients. So you don't need the same RDAs as when you're eating frequently. So you do need less. So you don't have to worry about having 4,700 milligrams of potassium. You could probably get by with maybe 3,000 or even a little bit less. But it is true that you are going to be eating less calories because there's no way you're going to be doing the same amount of calories for 3 meals as you are 1 meal. So you are reducing calories, but the fat that you're burning is making up for the lost calories. But not necessarily in nutrients. There are some nutrients like vitamin D that get released from your fat and even vitamin A. But typically when you reduce calories, you just have to make sure that you're taking all your nutrients. So this topic really depends on the type of food that you're eating and the quality of food that you're eating. It really does. So let's just kind of go through these vitamins. Vitamin A, pretty easy to get. You can get the pre-vitamin A as beta carotene from vegetables, but it has to be converted. Very few people can convert enough beta carotene to retinol, the active form. So it's highly recommended that you do straight retinol from animal products. You can get vitamin A from egg yolks, fish. A lot of other fatty foods have it. Okay. Then we have vitamin D. Well, you can get that from the sun. But if there's not sun, you're going to have to get it from other places. It's in mushrooms. It's also in dairy, but it's also in fish and cod liver oil. What's cool about cod liver oil, it has a nice vitamin A and vitamin D split. Okay. And it also has omega-3. So you can kill 3 birds with 1 stone, actually 4 birds, because you have DHA, EPA, vitamin A, and vitamin D all in one thing. So you could, get some cod liver pills. Then we have vitamin E. You can get vitamin E from certain vegetables, salad, nuts, and seeds. Okay. Also olive oil, other oils, because it's a fat-soluble vitamin. But let's say, for example, you want to target a certain problem like hot flashes, or you want to help your muscles repair after exercise, then you would take more vitamin E from a supplement. Make sure you get a balance between tocotrienol and tocopherols, not the synthetic version. Okay, vitamin K1, very easy to get from salads and greens. It's in dark leafy greens. Vitamin K2, more difficult to get for most people, but it is in egg yolks, liver, certain cheeses, certain grass-fed meats. It's in dairy products. So this one here, a lot of people are taking this as an extra supplement because they're trying to keep their arteries clean of calcium and their joints clean because it mobilizes calcium out of the soft tissues. Your body does make a little bit of this. It can convert K1 to K2, MK4 version. Not even your microbes, but some of your cells can do it. It's a smaller amount. Then we get vitamin C. If you're doing sauerkraut, you're going to get a lot of vitamin C. Bell peppers have a lot of vitamin C. Certain vegetables have vitamin C. So this is not hard to get if you're doing that, but if you're not doing any vegetables, you're doing a carnivore diet, you just have to look at what foods you can eat to get vitamin C, and that's a whole different topic. Okay, vitamin B complex. I'm going to recommend nutritional yeast. You can get other Bs in the other foods. B6 is easy to get. B5 is easy to get. B1 actually is in pork. It's in other foods. But let's say you don't do pork and you do certain foods. You just have to know that when you're doing keto, the B vitamins are very important. So I recommend nutritional yeast. Try to find a version that is non-fortified. Okay, then we have minerals. There's a lot of minerals out there, but you have like the classic electrolytes. You have magnesium, calcium, potassium, chlorides. So we need these minerals, and I do recommend a good electrolyte powder because it is hard to get the minerals. You can get the minerals from the vegetables, but maybe not all the potassium if you're doing OMAD because you're doing this massive salad. But of course, you don't need as much, so you may be okay with that. It really depends. Calcium can come from certain leafy greens, but mainly it comes from dairy. Okay, so if you're doing dairy, you may get enough calcium. Our bodies don't rid a lot of calcium. They rid a lot of potassium, so we don't need as much calcium as we do like magnesium, which comes from leafy greens, by the way, and potassium, which also comes from leafy greens. The trace minerals, honestly, those are not as easy to get because our soils are so depleted, especially like iodine and zinc. Okay, and a lot of people are deficient in zinc. In fact, 2 billion people on this planet are deficient in zinc. So whether you're taking sea kelp, that's a good way, or a plant-based trace mineral, I think that would be a really good thing to add on OMAD. We talked about the omega-3, cod liver oil. You can also do like pre-omega-3, like in walnuts, for example, has ALA. You can take that fat, but it has to be converted. So it's not at 100%. It's a much lesser amount. You can do also flax seeds, chia seeds, but I mean, that's usually not in a person's diet on a regular basis. Amino acids, it's very easy to get this on a healthy keto plan, an OMAD, so you don't have to take additional protein because you're getting enough. When you're doing one meal a day, it's not a bad idea to consume a little bit more protein than 3 to 6 ounces. So maybe you do 7, maybe even 8 ounces, okay? Okay, so now we have fatty acids. Well, keto is higher in fat, so you should be okay on that, especially if you're doing healthy fats. So I think the ones that are important to add to your diet would be the trace minerals, some minerals, B vitamins, and maybe the cod liver oil. I think at the bare minimum, that would be a good thing to do. All right, thanks for watching. Hey guys, real quick, I have a new healthy keto eating plan for you. Just go to drberg.com. It's right on the front page. I put a link down below. Download it. It's free. Check it out.